Right now at noon, Campaign 2022. We're live with team coverage on everything you need to know on this election day, including who's already casted their ballots.
A historic Powerball drawing after 3 months with no winner. The winning numbers straight ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 now at noon. Polls have officially been open across the state now for 5 hours.
Our Josh Sprider's been following the voter traffic all morning long. He's live in Madison right now with the latest candidate casting their ballot. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're live in Maple Bluff right now. We've been kind of floating all across the city, and we've seen pretty busy polling locations, including here in Maple Bluff, where we've seen a steady stream of people in and out getting in line to cast their ballot. One of those folks and a candidate who casted their ballot right here in Maple Bluff, Governor Evers. This was him just moments ago, along with the First Lady, voting at the Maple Bluff Village Center. The governor tells me he's feeling good on this election day and is encouraging everyone to get out the vote.
I think people are saying we trust our system, we're going to vote, and we're going to make it happen. So that gives me great pleasure. I hope we have the largest turnout ever. Do I think that helps us? Yes, but more importantly, it helps the people inside that they get the idea that Gableman is wrong and what they've been doing is right.
Local elections officials say turnout is everything today. You might remember we saw a historic turnout back when Governor Evers was elected to his first term in 2018. We'll see just how much that turnout impacts all of the candidates later on today. Again, back here live outside of the Maple Bluff Village Center this morning. Polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight. As long as you are in line by 8 o'clock at no matter what polling place you are in Wisconsin, you will get to cast your vote, guys. And we'll have live coverage throughout the day here on News 3 Now and channel3000.com.
All right, Josh Sprider, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Across the aisle, Evers' opponent, Tim Michaels, also casting his ballot in Waukesha County this morning.
Michael stopped by the Chaniqua Village Hall in the village of Heartland this morning to make his vote count. The race for governor considered a dead heat right now, according to the most recent Marquette Law School poll. Both Governor Evers and Michaels are tied at 48% among likely voters. At the voting booth today, though, Michaels says he feels great. He even offered up his first move if he wins the governor's seat.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to just this side of the Illinois border. We're going to put up that Open for Business sign. The Open for Business sign that Scott Walker had up and Tony Evers hooked down on his first day. It's time for change. It's time for a leader who's going to respect the Wisconsin economy and put working families of Wisconsin first and always.
Incumbent Senator Ron Johnson also casting his ballot this morning in the Fox Valley. Despite Johnson holding a close lead at the moment, he wants to make sure that Republicans get out and vote to send a message to Democrats.
I just want to encourage every Republican to get out and vote. Assume this is a dead even race. I would like to see, obviously, would like to win. I'd like to win by a wide margin, not for partisan purposes, but literally so that it'll send a very strong signal to our Democrat colleagues that their policies aren't working, that they'll actually work with us to reduce deficit spending, end their war on fossil fuel, get tough on crime, secure the border.
In last week's Marquette Law School poll, Johnson held a slim lead of 50% to Mandela Barnes, 48%.
Another race we'll be tracking tonight, the race for the state's attorney general. Democratic incumbent Josh Kaul is facing off against Eric Toney, the Fond du Lac County District Attorney. Kaul cast his ballot at the Wingra School, just a few blocks away from Lake Wingra in Madison. He mentioned the enthusiasm that Wisconsinites seem to have when voting this year.
I was voter number 224, so turnout has been brisk, obviously, and I expect the turnout's going to be really high across the state of Wisconsin. This is a really important election, and I think Wisconsinites know that it's important that they have their voices heard.
Kaul has questioned whether Toney would use the Attorney General's office to aid a Donald Trump victory if he seeks the presidency in 2024. Toney is countered by portraying Kaul as soft on crime. We want to make sure you know where your polling place is today.
We have all the resources that you need to get there. Our Shane Hogan is breaking down our voter information guide this afternoon. Hi there, Shane.
Hey, Chris. Everything you need right here on channel3000.com. We're going to start, though, with how you can find where you need to go to vote today. So just go over to the How to Find Your Election Polling Place tab. This screen will come up. You're going to scroll down just a little bit to this link, and that will take you to myvote.wi.gov. All you have to do is plug in your address, and it will take you exactly where you need to go today to cast your vote. If you live in the city of Madison, you can also use their website, again, just by entering your address, and your polling place will appear. Now, this is important to do before you even step out the door, because your polling place might have changed since the last time you voted, even as recently as the 2020 presidential election. The last thing you want to have happen today is to show up to the wrong place and be told you have to go elsewhere. And again, really important to know before you even step out the door today.
Shane, we have lots of resources up on channel3000.com. That's just one of the tools, right? Available for folks on the voter information guide?
Yeah, that's right. It's all so easy to use on our website. Again, that's channel3000.com/elections. Another thing I want to show you here is you can find everything that is on your ballot. You can just scroll down here from the voter information guide, and you'll find what's on your ballot. You can see statewide races like governor and attorney general. You can also find congressional races for your district, like Mark Pocan versus Eric Olson if you live here in the 2nd district. And under the same tab, you can find referendum questions for your municipality, such as public school referendums and other county questions. All really important information for you on this election day as you head out the door, and make sure you are aware of everything you need to know as you get to the polls.
All right, Shane Hogan helping us out this afternoon. Thank you very much, Shane.
Hats off to our web team who did an excellent job putting all those resources together for us. All right, let's check in with Julian Seawright and your first warn weather. Hey there, Julian.
Well, the good news is that election day weather is going to be panning out to just be almost picture perfect, outside of the fact that we're still dealing with some cloud cover. But outside of it, temperatures are feeling rather pleasant as we continue throughout the rest of this afternoon. And it's going to hold firm like that throughout the rest of the evening hours as well until we fall into the 40s. But overall, it's going to just be the breeziness that's going to be the biggest factor for today. But outside of it, not looking at any kind of rain or any kind of disruptions throughout the course of the day. But just remember, as you're standing outside, it's going to be on the breezy side. Temperatures throughout southern Wisconsin today will see a high into the lower and mid-50s for many of us. Only a couple of areas will see the 40s, and that's mainly near Juneau. But outside of it, it's going to be a rather pleasant day. But if you're looking to plan out for tonight, well, we're going to be a bit more mild than we have been over the last couple of nights, as we're going to be into the mid-40s for us here in Madison, 48 degrees over towards Janesville, and about 48, which would be the same over towards Platteville. Still going to be a mild night for us, but we are looking for still that roller coaster of a week, and we'll go into details about that and how it's going to be impacting you in a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Julian. Numbers just released a couple of hours ago in that record-breaking $2 billion Powerball jackpot. It followed nearly a 10-hour delay, and players, they had been waiting for that announcement. So, the winning numbers on your screen right now: 10, 33, 41, 47, and 56. The red Powerball, 10. The Multi-State Lottery Association says last night's Powerball drawing was delayed until this morning because a participating lottery had issues processing sales. The association said it was against its policy to say which lottery had the delay. The jackpot was reported at an estimated $1.9 billion yesterday. That has grown to $2.04 billion this morning. It wasn't immediately known whether any jackpot winning tickets were sold, though. Well, still more to come here on News 3 Now at noon.
The IRS allowing Americans to put a little more money away next year. Find out the details when we return.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Experience does count. When you're shopping for new furniture, a mattress set, or flooring, come to the experts at McGann Furniture and Flooring in Baraboo. Our experienced staff is well-trained in home decorating and will answer all your questions so you can buy with confidence. You'll find big city selection and an enjoyable shopping experience. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. Come see the difference experience can make at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
GTW is different from the other personal injury firms because we actually do trials. We have gotten great results for our clients and will continue to do so.
All in to win. Gingras, Thompson & Walks.
New in 2023, eye care Medicare plan members receive an allowance of $150 total per month to spend on items like eligible healthy foods, OTC products, home supplies, wellness care, or living support such as rent, utilities, and internet. All unused monthly funds roll over until the end of the year. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call us and a licensed sales agent will help find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. Eye care is looking out for you and your health.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Construction wants to thank you for once again voting us Best of Madison 3 years running with 27% off gutters or insulation. Your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best of Madison 3 years in a row. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Save 27% off gutters or insulation with any full roof replacement project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for all cash as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
As millions of working Americans are probably making their selections for open enrollment this fall, changes from the Internal Revenue Service now allow them to sock more money away in their flexible spending and health savings accounts next year. In 2023, employees can save as much as $3,050 in their FSA. That's a 7% increase, while the limit on the amount workers can put into their HSA will go up as much as 6.2%. Airbnb is changing the way it displays pricing just in time for holiday travel. Starting next month, travelers will have the option to see the total price of a booking, including all fees, instead of just the nightly rate. The company says it will also prioritize the total price in its search ranking algorithm. This all comes after customers complained of hidden fees with the current pricing display. And soon, you may be able to take a Zoom meeting at a silver screen near you. AMC Theaters is partnering with Zoom Video Communications to create so-called Zoom rooms in 17 U.S. locations starting next year. The world's largest movie theater chain says companies would be able to book the Zoom rooms in 3-hour blocks with equipment provided by AMC and Zoom. Concessions and movie screenings will also be available at extra cost. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Dan Lieberman.
Taking a look at stocks now. They are up across the board. The Dow Jones is up 500 points. The Nasdaq gained 165. The S&P is up 44. All right, Pam has today's ag prices coming up next, along with your weekend forecast.
And then tonight on Live at 4, cell phones have gotten more expensive over the last decade. Consumer Reports helps us protect the devices we just can't put down.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
One doesn't usually think of robots when you think about agriculture, but Rank Seed does. Rank is rooted in technology, striving to bring the best products to their customers. From DNA-level development of genetics and traits, GPS-linked assessment of yield and performance, to gravity tables and color sorters, to make sure Rank has the highest germination and the purest seed. Rank couples its customer-friendly service with the latest technologies needed to bring the best products to its farmers. From research to results, Rank Seed is rooted in technology.
As falling leaves give way to snow, Midwestern winters bring rough weather and high energy bills. Feldco's here to help with our biggest sale of the season. 50% off windows, no money down, and no interest until 2024. Winter's right around the corner, and the clock is ticking.
50% off windows and soon.
Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Tomorrow, our team will be up early to bring you the very latest overnight election results.
We'll have analysis on the winners and losers and what to expect as the state moves forward.
Plus, showers, thunderstorms, a temperature crash, and a chance for snow. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Let's go, girls. Give it up for country superstar Shania Twain. They have not stopped screaming yet. Plus, from The Independent, we've got Jodie Turner-Smith on The Jennifer Hudson Show.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
All right, time to check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report.
Pam, we're staying up late to hang out with you.
Going to sneak the nap in. Yeah, that's it's going to be a busy day, though. I was number 502 at my polling spot a couple hours ago. So like you have been focused in on, a lot of people paying attention to these elections, not just here in Wisconsin, but across the countryside. In fact, this morning when I was talking with my broker, John Heinberg from Total Farm Marketing out of West Bend, I said to him, do you think that these elections are going to have much of an impact on the markets? He said, well, kind of wait and see. A lot of it depends on the direction that the dollar is going. On the midday so far, corn, soybeans, and wheat have been trending a little bit lower, so as our fluid milk contracts. Now, tomorrow we are going to get our World Ag Supply Demand Report. We don't expect any big surprises out of that because we're so far into the harvest. Wisconsin farmers, as of Sunday, had 55% of their corn already harvested for grain, 20% moisture on that remaining corn, or that corn that had recently been harvested. Corn condition called 79% good to excellent. 95% of our soybeans already wrapped up. 88% of our winter wheat has already emerged through the soil surface, and we've got about 59% of our fall tillage that has already been accomplished. So that's kind of good news there. Just another quick shout out to my Wisconsin honey producers. I want to congratulate Stephanie Slater from down by Elkhorn, named the Beekeeper of the Year. Pioneer Award went to John Spate from Chippewa Falls. Jim and Carrie Brzezinski from Stanley went above and beyond for the industry. And Donna Stein from Portage got a Wisconsin Special Recognition Award. She is an apiary inspector. Today, as far as the dairy complex is concerned, no change on barrel cheese, stays at $198.5. 40-pound black cheese goes down a half at $202.5. Double A butter today, down 7 cents, $2.80 a pound. And again, I hope all of our farm and rural folks will stop, take time, get out of the tractor, off the combine, away from the cows, and go into town. Your rural voice really matters this time around. I hope everybody takes advantage of the opportunity. All right, kids, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Looks like it's going to be a short night for you guys.
Better believe it.
Yeah, it will be. Got to get out and vote, though. 500
That's
or
right.
some at your location, huh?
502. I was 502, and there were people behind me, so it's brisk. It's moving.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, Pam, talk to you dark and early tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
See you, Pam. 12:18. Over to Julian C. right now with your first warn weather. Hey there.
Well, we're going to start things off with our surface map. As we can see, as of right now, a bit cooler air is really going to be encompassing much of the upper Midwest. But on top of it, we still have some layers of clouds that are still trying to be mixing with some of the sun that we've been dealing with throughout our afternoon. But what we're going to be watching for is what's going to develop over the next couple of days. We're looking at robust systems which have been bringing snow to the northerly parts of the Great Plains and going to continue to move its way into the upper Midwest. And with it, we're going to start to see some warmer air starting to lift into Wisconsin. And on top of it, some rain or storms are starting to develop as we get into our Thursday nights. But let's talk about the election days. You're heading out to vote. Just know we are going to be dealing with continued varying cloud cover throughout the course of the day, but at least it's going to be rather pleasant. Temperatures will be into the lower and mid 50s throughout much of southern Wisconsin, and specifically for us here in Madison. By the time we get into the later parts of this evening, before polling closes, we're still going to see temperatures into the 40s. Now, our high today in Madison is going to be around 53 degrees, with 55 in for Janesville and about 53 for Plattsville. As we take a look at what we're going to be seeing for tonight, temperatures won't fall too much. We're going to still see temperatures into the mid-40s for tonight here in Madison and into Janesville and Platteville into the upper 40s. A couple areas will be into the lower 50s between Prairie du Chien over towards Lone Rock. So tonight's not going to be nearly as cold, but in regards to the cloud cover, we are looking for a break by the time we get into around the 5 p.m. commute. But that will be rather brief. Once we get into tonight, we are looking for some clouds to start to develop and potentially could see a pop-up isolated shower, but it's mainly going to be just northwest of Dane County. And as we get into around the 7 o'clock hour heading out tomorrow morning, it's still going to be rather breezy, but we're waking up to temperatures into the upper 40s and even into the 50s. Lunchtime hour, expect blanketed cloud cover and warmer air. We're going to see that lift really start to roll in for us, bringing in temperatures that will be into the mid-60s throughout the course of our Wednesday afternoon and even heading into Wednesday nights. We're going to stabilize into those 60s, gearing up for Thursday, which will be our warmest day of the week. Now, just note, we are going to be looking at overnight temperatures in the lows to really be into the 60s and heading into our highs, temperatures reaching into the 70s, and we're going to start to see some shower and thunderstorm developments starting to roll in for us by the time we get into our Thursday afternoon and evening. Here's a look at what we're seeing for our 10-day forecast. Be prepared for a significant drop in temperatures coming in from Thursday into our Friday. We're going to start things off around 40 degrees at the midnight hour, but temperatures will drop near freezing for Friday and hold steady going into the weekend of being near the freezing point and just flat out cold for the next few days, guys.
Yeah, wow, an extended forecast with that cold, huh?
It is going to be a chilly one. Gotta make sure we have the coats at all times now.
Julian Seawright, thank you very much. 12:21 now. Up next, looking for something to make for dinner tonight.
Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a suggestion.
So I've got a question for you. Around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, do you get a bit jittery thinking about what you're going to make for dinner? If you do, you're not alone. As a matter of fact, 80% of Americans are in the same boat. So to help you out, we're sharing a fill-you-up casserole that's comforting and easy to whip up. The first thing we're going to do is saute some boneless, skinless chicken breasts that we cut into half-inch chunks. Once these are cooked through, we turn off the heat and add some chicken broth, a bit of prepared gravy, a bunch of fresh sliced mushrooms, frozen peas, some pimentos that we've drained, and last but not least, some quick cooking rice. After giving this a stir, we pour it into a casserole dish and cover it and pop it into the oven to let all the flavors meld together. Once it's bubbling hot, ring the dinner bell or just call the troops to the table any way you can, 'cause dinner's ready. Maybe team this up with a salad and some crusty bread for a meal that'll warm you up from the inside out. To get your hands on this stress-free recipe for our classic scallop chicken, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an all-American way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. Good?
Next at noon, Angie Edge from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin showing us how to make roasted pumpkin tomato bisque with Wisconsin Fontina cheese.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. And air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. Call today for a free inspection.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
When Mark was hit by a distracted driver, he knew to call Hupy and Abraham.
Hupy and Abraham proved to me that they meant business, that they were definitely on my side.
Call a law firm that goes beyond to get you every dollar you deserve.
Call Hupy and Abraham. They mean business.
Call 800-800-5678. Hupy and Abraham. Right now.
There's no fee unless they win your case.
breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Menards is your one-stop shop for everything you need. We have it all, from big to small and everything in between. Save big on everyday items with 11% off everything right now at Menards. Be sure to check out our great selection of automotive products. Quaker State Full Synthetic Motor Oil delivers superior engine protection to keep your engine running its best. All Quaker State Motor Oil is 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now.
With the cost of groceries rising, UW Athletics and the Goodman Community Center need your help more than ever to provide Thanksgiving meals to 4,000 local families.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. Schedule a cleaning today.
Welcome back. Angie Edge from Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin here this afternoon.
I know, I keep wanting to say this morning too.
Same.
This smells amazing. What are we cooking?
Yeah, well, it is perfect for fall and comfort food, and everyone's maybe looking for something fun to make. So this is a homemade roasted pumpkin tomato bisque. Absolutely wonderful, homemade, and it's not that hard to make. Anyone can make it. So you're going to start with 9 Roma tomatoes, cutting those in half lengthwise, and then 1 onion along with some garlic and some olive oil, and roast that in the oven for about 25 minutes until all the flavors blend together. And then in a large Dutch oven, you can blend that mixture along with your pumpkin puree, some chicken broth, and then once you bring that to a boil, I know we didn't have time to make it all right here and today, you're going to add in some Wisconsin cheese. So we have 1 1/2 cups of Wisconsin Fontina cheese, and this is an apple smoked Fontina made locally in Laval by Sid Cook. He's a Wisconsin master cheesemaker, won many awards, and always look for that proudly Wisconsin seal. So a great smoked apple flavor, perfect for the fall. And then also 1 cup of a local heavy whipping cream from Sassy Cow. So 1 cup of cream. You can see it gets to a nice, beautiful consistency. There's also paprika, a little pepper, sugar, cinnamon, and I know that they can't smell it at home, but it just smells wonderful.
It does. It's filled up the studio.
Yeah.
The croutons made out of grilled cheese, right?
So a little more dairy products. You can use that real butter and cheese for homemade croutons.
That's really cool.
This is a meal in a bowl right here. You've got with the grilled cheese and the whipping cream and everything you've put into it. I don't know if you need much else.
Yeah, and it just has all the flavors of fall, and especially with Wisconsin cheese having the apple smoked Fontina,
yes.
It just brings it all together. It melts beautifully, and it's really creamy and delicious.
Angie, we're pretty sold. Yeah. Thank you very much. Where can we find the recipe?
You can find all the recipes on wisconsincheese.com.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Angie.
Thank you.
All right, it's 12:28. Let's check in one last time with your first warn weather. Hey, Julian.
Well, wrapping things up for us, a roller coaster ride is what we're expecting. Make sure you have your rain gear ready, but also the winter gear as well. We're going to be dropping significantly from temperatures in the 70s into the 30s by the time we get into our Friday afternoon. It's going to be looking at some rainy and stormy conditions from Thursday nights going into our Friday, guys.
All right, thank you, Julian. Keep it on News 3 Now and channel3000.com all day. And join Leah and I tomorrow morning for News 3 Now this morning as we break down the results.